We're back.
Four sides of the ring, four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion, your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating, you know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring, leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring, four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion, your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating, you know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring, leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring.
What is going on, Ringsiders? Your favorite faction is back. I am your host, Marcus Hernandez. I am alongside the one that makes you say, ah, damn. His name is Nit Ram. What is going on, my guy? No, I don't know. Question of the week because we're just excited to be back. We're excited to be back. We're excited to talk some wrestling. It's been a minute. We've been off for a little bit. Nit Ram, what you been doing with the time off?
I have been adjusting to my new work schedule.
That is very true. New job.
So for anyone that doesn't know, I will be on the podcast bi-weekly. So I'm on this week, won't be on next week. We'll be on the week after that.
Hey, love to hear you got a job. Sucks that you are going to be on bi-weekly, but that just gives you time to gather your thoughts and really think about what we're saying about wrestling. So you can come on and have some things to say. We got Rick in the chat. Had to come on for halftime. Dallas and Eagles are playing right now, currently. Had to come on for halftime. But Giants fan here. Giants fan here. Rick says happy to see us. Hey, Rick, we're happy to see you in the chat.
Rick, I'm happy to see you.
Happy to be back.
You're my dude.
Guys back in the chat too. He says happy National Eat an Extra Dessert Day. And I've been losing some weight.
Say word. I'll go get a slice of pie right now. Y'all don't even know me.
That's what I'm talking about. Man, dude, Nit Ram, so much has been happening. We're gonna have Chano on later on in the show. He's on his way home now. So is the Zombie King and Brandy Savage as well. But for right now, you got the Hernandez brothers. We're ready to talk some wrestling. Nit Ram, so many things have been happening in wrestling since we've been gone. Right? First things first.
Which is crazy, right? Because you're like, we're kind of like,
right?
Oh, we could take
a break and then
what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. What's the worst that could happen? Let's start with the first thing. Karrion Kross, it's not a work. My man is no longer with the WWE. He's performing at GCW. He's performing in the Indies. He's doing some things. Man, how did you really react to that news? I mean, everybody was flabbergasted, stunned, shocked. A lot of people thought it was a work, including myself. I'm not sure if I'm still leaning that it is a work. I don't even know. But at the end of the day, the man is not on WWE product as of right now. He's fishing around the WWE like zones, I guess you could say that, right? So it's a little hard to say what's really going on. But you can say he's not a WWE superstar at the moment. Neither is his wife Scarlett. They showed up on GCW. They've shown up some other places, and
but let's be honest. Let's be honest. GCW is like a WWE territory. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I'm saying. He's like in the areas of WWE.
It's hard.
Still.
Right. It's hard to say that he left completely. He's working with WWE Indies. He's working with, I mean, for all we know, Karrion Kross is WWE ID program. For all we know, you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't think it's a work. I think he got released, but I think it's one of those things where they're keeping him close to the chest, and they're like, just work these shows for now, and we'll bring you back.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I see where you're coming from on that statement, right? Go do stuff. Go prove to us that you are who you say you are. Let's see if the fans really miss you. I will say, since he's been gone, there hasn't been any chance, which makes me think that the chants were planted. Because we got to see that on Unreal, planted fans. So were the planted fans for the were they the ones saying we want Cross? Because if they were, then WWE is some very dark. That's twisted stuff right there.
I don't think WWE would pay people to say we want Cross and then release them. I think WWE proved their point where it's like you saw the Karrion Kross documentary that he released on YouTube, on his own, where he pretty much admits that they told him, give it a week or two and people will forget about it. And it kind of did. And I hate that. I really do hate that. I like Karrion Kross. I think he's great. He's a great guy. His book was pretty fucking cool. He's married to a fox who's also a great woman. You know what I mean? There's so much things going on with him that I think he had it all. But I think WWE needed this to humble him. It's one of those things where like, oh, you didn't sign our contract? You think that they really care about you? In 2 weeks, you're a nobody. And I hate to say it, but in 2 weeks, he's kind of a nobody, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Rick says, sadly, he's doing better. Not in WWE, though, Michael Davis with the We Want Cross chants.
I feel that. And Michael, we love you too.
That's facts. Congratulations on the proposal as well, my guy. Marriage is a great thing.
Know what I'm saying? I'm sure I'll see you at WrestleCade again and we'll hug. Gotta make it a thing where I hug you at every WrestleCade now.
Still though, we hope nothing but the best for Karrion Kross over here at 4 Sides in the Ring. That's always going to be a fact because I want to see him do big things creatively.
He's a star.
The man has,
he's a star.
Depends on how he is being written creatively. Because creatively, he has a great mind for wrestling. The dude can tell a story inside and out, right? It's just really getting to pairing him with those type of people. Does it make sense? Will it work? So we gotta go.
I feel it.
I don't know. We'll see. Karrion Kross, we hope nothing but the best for you in all your endeavors in pro wrestling. Got Brendan the guys in the chat. He says, "Oh my God, y'all are back. We are back, Brendan.
That's
back
my guy.
Don't worry about all the diapers. We just had a baby shower, so still trying to clean up the office and the room to set up. But it will every week. It's going to get better. I promise that." Nate Ram, Seth Rollins faked his injury, won a world championship. The faction's looking strong. Braun Breaker just lost his shoes, or I guess he kept them because he beat up
Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed. Roman looks like he's going to be out for a little bit, probably for Street Fighter, so that makes sense. But let's talk about Seth faking this injury. Did he have you? Did you think Seth was going to be out for a little bit? Did you think he was going to cash in when he did cash in?
Yeah, no, he fooled me. And I was kind of upset about it because I'm like, who fakes an injury? That's kind of stupid. You know what I mean? But I recently watched an interview with James Storm, and James Storm was kind of like straight up like, nah, it was good for business because if you don't work those segments, if they make those people in the company believe it, then that's good. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to argue with James Storm. James Storm's the motherfucking man. You know what I mean? So he's kind of right though. Like, but in a sense, it's like if they could fake the company, if the company doesn't know what's real or not, and they fake me, then you did a good job. You know what I mean? Because it's so hard to keep secrets nowadays, especially with social media the way it is. Becky Lynch played her part. She posted him crutching with his daughter, and I was like, damn, Seth really gonna be out for a while. And you sent in a text message. You said, I think Seth's going to cash in at SummerSlam. And I was quick to be like, bro, boy got a bad ankle. You know what I mean? Like,
dude was just struggling at the grocery store.
You know what I mean? Like, guy can't even hold his daughter, bro. You talk about he cashing in, but it's good shit. It's good for television, and if they can work the wrestlers, they can work me, and I'm all 100% for it.
I'm with that. I liked your answer a lot on that. We had a lot of stuff happen also while we were gone. Let's talk about this Peacock era. I guess we're done, but we're not done. We're gonna get ESPN Unlimited. That's gonna be $30 a month. Peacock is gonna get Saturday Night Main Event and maybe some other things. You know what I mean? Do you like this move? Do you feel like this was a slap in the face to Peacock?
So yes, it's definitely a slap in the face to Peacock. Um, they were able to get out of their. I don't know if you know this, but they were able to get out of their contractual deal because they added extra nights to pay per views. So it's like they signed up for SummerSlam, but they signed up SummerSlam one night. So now they made SummerSlam 2 nights. Saturday Night Main Events weren't supposed to be added on, but they were added on. So it's like all this stupid shit that kind of got sent to it. Like if I'm ESPN, I'm sitting there like, you guys kind of are shady people. But it is what it is. $30 a month. I'm sure one of my brothers would be paying that, and I'll be using their account to watch pay-per-views from here on out. It's weird, man. I don't know. It's like it keeps getting more expensive. WWE Network was $10. Peacock was $12. Now we're going to $30.
It's all part of the agenda for TKO, and this is just my belief. I think. I mean, I don't even think I think everyone knows it's trying to make wrestling more mainstream than what it already is, because we
Right.
got to a point where wrestling is mainstream, right? You go anywhere in the world, probably right now, I will say there's an 80% chance you're gonna run into somebody who has a wrestling shirt. Most times, those people don't even watch wrestling anymore, but they do have that wrestling shirt. You're gonna definitely see a Roman Reigns shirt somewhere, a Rhea Ripley shirt somewhere, you know.
Right.
And I think what TKO now is trying to do is just make it more mainstream. Try to make this something that people can't resist. And let's start with the front row. Let's start adding all these superstars, celebrities, athletes, all these people who I don't want to say don't want nothing to do with wrestling, but in reality, it's just getting a check on the side, and then you show them for 5 minutes or 5 seconds, and they just look like they're having fun, and they might be there for the whole time. They might be there for 15 minutes for all we know. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
my thing is, I feel like TKO doesn't have to do that, and I think this is another step where they're doing that with ESPN. Let's make it more mainstream. Nobody wants to download Peacock. Nobody wants to watch Peacock. People watch ESPN.
Right.
If you want it to be a sport and you want it to go there, it has to be broadcasted by a sports broadcaster. And ESPN is the biggest sports broadcasting channel in the world.
Right. I also think though it takes away from ESPN a little bit. They took down their AEW coverage. And I think like you can't cover one and not cover the other. You don't look like a credible source. That's me. But I kind of want to jump into what like the comments are saying with Brendan the Guy and Rick Apit, where they're talking about, oh, they're definitely getting TNA. I think that's legit. I think WWE kind of like, we'll run our NXT takeovers, and how about TNA? And I think more people will watch TNA if it's on Peacock because they already had the subscription from their WWE days. You know what I mean? It's not like they really care about TNA, but it's like, oh, we already have the subscription. We're still going to watch NXT. Now we're going to watch TNA. And I think that is the smart move for TNA, personally. I hope TNA gets the spotlight. I really hope they do. Obviously, that's not official yet.
Brendan, I see what you're saying, that sporting events have wrestlers there too. And it's like making them normal. And that's okay to invite a wrestler and have them throw the first pitch or shoot a half court shot or go out there and kick a field goal. But why not show those wrestlers as just fans? Why do we have to see them just doing the first pitch? If they're just going as a fan of the sport, show them there. You know what I mean? Show them that they're there.
Yeah, no,
So
100%. Because if there's one thing I know for sure is the Miz, and I learned this on Total Divas, is a huge Cleveland Brown fan, which doesn't make any sense because who's a Cleveland Brown fan? But he got sent one of those fridges. It's like when they win their first game, they'll open up or stuff like that. Like, I think stuff like that is cool, but I don't need the Miz doing the halftime show speech. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. I get it. A rival promotion to who?
TNA can't be a rival promotion though because they're in partnership with the WWE, so they don't look like a rival promotion. They just look like the baby brother.
And I don't know. We'll get into the Max thing later, but there's something about it.
No,
the
and I agree with you.
Era was cool, but it's got to end.
Sadly, the Peacock era is ending, and it is what it is. They're getting Saturday Night Main Event, so they got to be happy. They got to be happy with that. And ESPN Unlimited looks like it's about to take over, and then we'll see what happens. But Peacock will also have SmackDown, NXT, and hopefully they get TNA. Maybe so. We'll go.
I don't think they have SmackDown, bro.
Last big thing before we really move on and then talk some current wrestling that's going on. First and foremost, congratulations to Naomi and Jimmy Uso. It is an incredible thing to have a baby and bring life into this world. It sucks for Naomi. It truly, truly does, because she just unlocked this character and got to this space and got the belt, and everything was rockets. And something tells me that it's not over. And once this 9 months is done, this year is done, she'll be right back in that spot. And I don't think anybody's gonna forget.
We hope.
And I know. Because you know what this tells me, really, to be honest? This tells me that Triple H or whoever's doing creative, we have 9 months. You have 9 months to either put the belt on Jade Cargill or Bianca Belair for Naomi to go over and grab her belt back. 9 months. So maybe even a year. Maybe even say 12 years. Or 12 months. You have 12 months to get this story right. So when Naomi comes back, bro, one of those women have the belt.
We say that, bro. But realistically, for a woman to give birth, which is a beautiful concept of life, it is. It's one of the most miracle things that woman can do. A man can't do it. It's incredible. But for a woman who's an athlete to give birth, it could take more than that. Becky Lynch took 1.5 years off after she gave birth.
Nah, but
someone like Carmella,
she was writing books.
Right. But someone like Carmella, who had difficulties with birth, had to technically retire from wrestling. There's things that come with childbirth. And it's one of those things where we don't know what the future holds for Naomi. I'm wishing the best for her. She finally, and I say finally because, in her Vince days, since she came back from TNA, she really stepped up and really showed that she's worth every dollar that they spent.
Agreed.
Without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Without a doubt, she's really, and she's always been that athlete. She was that athlete before she went to TNA. She was the athlete before the walkout. She was the athlete before everything. But she really, is showing, this is what you guys had. She's having a child. And there's things to it. I hope nothing but the best for her. I hope it is a 12-month, comeback. But you don't know. And it's one of those things that suck. Because it's like, she could be so attached, and not even like medical complications. She could be so attached to just being a mother, she doesn't want to leave her kid alone. And that's perfectly fine. There's people who retire after that, and they become moms, they become full-time moms, and let that be. I hope, for the most part, that she does come back, one. Because she's incredible. And I'm going to go ahead and just say, she's the best African-American female wrestler ever. I think she's better than Jazz. I personally do. I think she's top charts. So when it comes to stuff like that, she does great. I hope she comes back. I hope she does it. But if she doesn't, it is, still within a beautiful miracle. Same thing as Carmella. I hope your future endeavors are amazing at that point. It just sucks that it happened now. Now when fans are behind her, now when the company's behind her, now that she has the title, rumor is she wrestled while she was pregnant. Who knows how true that really is? People talk shit or whatever. But it sucks that it happened now. But it's a beautiful situation. And congrats to her and Jim.
100%. 100%. What about I know you was listening to podcasts when the news was announced. What about the Rikishi comments?
Yeah, Rikishi needs to shut his fat ass up and worry about the MMA stars that he's bringing into his company and injuring his superstars. I think Rikishi, I don't like anything he says personally on his podcast. I think
he said back in his day the champions didn't get pregnant.
Yeah, back in his day, he was never champion. So he needs to shut the fuck up and be happy that his family is advanced to where they're at today.
What about his comment where he said that him and The Rock, laid on their backs so his family can be where they are today?
First off, he laid on his back because he's a jobber. Second of all, The Rock laid on his back to be where his family's at today. I believe something like that. That's cool. But also, Peter Maivia also laid on his back. Rocky Johnson also laid on their back. They did this to keep their family bloodline going. Okay? Roman Reigns, people may not believe it, laid on his back to keep his family going. You know what I'm saying? It's what they do. He's not one of those names that I would name that kept his family going. He's just a cousin. I have nothing nice to say about Rikishi, so I'm not going to go into detail about it. I have nothing good to say about him.
Fair enough. The Hall of Famer should just keep some comments to himself.
Facts.
Naomi, a big congratulations from all of us over here at Four Sides of the Rings to you and Jimmy.
He's just trying to stay relevant. Like Brandon Guy just said. He's just trying to stay relevant.
Yeah, he did say I did it for The Rock. he saved his whole family. But Naomi, Jimmy, so congratulations to you guys. We hope nothing but the best and a healthy baby for both of you. Nate Ram, was Cena's heel run a waste of time?
Controversially, no. I know a lot of people right now are saying, what was the point of Cena going heel? The point of Cena going heel was one thing. To show you it didn't fucking work. You know what I mean? Like, we had to do it because if they never did it, right, Marcus, me and you would still be talking at mom's dinner table talking about
what if?
Oh, well, Cena's heel turn would have made millions. And like, what I'm saying? You got those what ifs. That's fine. He canceled all that. It didn't work. And, I hate that John Cena blames himself for it because I don't know if you've seen that. But John Cena pretty much went on an interview and pretty much said, oh, yeah, it's my fault. The heel turn didn't work. No, it's not. It's not your fault, John. Okay, it's not your fault at all. It didn't work because, one, it's your last year. Two, you're at a point in your career where we actually love you.
Mm-hmm.
This is not 2014. This is not 2010. This is not 2008. We love you in 2025. We love everything you've done for the business. When you said you're doing a retirement tour, people did not want you to go heel, but we knew you was going to do it, which is the fucked up part. Like, people are like, oh, he's got to go heel now. Yeah, and it sucked. You know what I mean? But I instantly think he's back as a babyface. The promo work that he did with Logan Paul, for example, was the John Cena I wanted so much. And I don't feel he could deliver that as a heel. The Cody stuff was cool. I think Cena, he's great. He's a GOAT. I tell you this all the time. He's my GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. I think the company would have really hit a dead point without him. I generally think that, people could say CM Punks, they could say Randy Orton's, they could do all that. That's fine. Without Cena, the company hits a dead point. I generally think that. He's on my Mount Rushmore. He's great. The heel turn didn't work. And it's fine that it didn't work. Because now we don't have to sit here and say, what if anymore? No. John Cena went heel. It didn't work. But those last couple months that he gave us were exactly what we wanted. And I think it starts now. The Logan Paul match was exceptional. The Logan Paul promos were exceptional. Mm-hmm. This is the John Cena that I wanted to see leave. And I want to see him leave on top. So, yeah, I'm all for it.
There was definitely some. He definitely caught me off guard when he hit the dickhead comment to Logan Paul. But I felt like he was just being real right there for a second. Like, this guy isn't paying attention to what's going on in this world. But no, I absolutely agree with you. Him being heel didn't work, and it did answer a lot of what ifs. Did we need it? Probably not, but we got it. And for what it was, you had to somewhat enjoy it. It was hilarious. It was comical. It was like we were in a twilight zone in wrestling. John Cena was trying to be a big bad, and it was just not it. What also didn't work about it too was he should have just did it by himself. We didn't need to add The Rock. You could have just had him hug Cody, and then just kicking him, doing the nut shot. It would have worked perfectly fine. You didn't have to have The Rock at all.
Well, Travis Scott and The Rock really fucked up this whole storyline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But even that, it's like people were like, "Oh, well, what a waste of time." It wasn't a waste of time because I will forever remember the day that John Cena went heel. I will forever remember it. I'll remember the Rock doing the throat cut and Cena taking him out. The moment, as Kevin Owens says, we live for moments. The moment of John Cena turning heel was just as big as Hogan joining the NWO. And I think for me, personally, who didn't witness Hogan joining the NWO, who has to go watch that backwards, I witnessed John Cena's heel turn. And that moment will be something that I'll be able to, I really hope that my son's a big wrestling fan in the future, that your son's a big wrestling fan in the future, that I had to express how that was for me to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We hear all the time, me and you, our uncle Joaquin, who's a big wrestling fan, who's probably one of the reasons why we're into wrestling in the first place, tell us how it was when Hogan joined WCW. We hear it from our stepfather. We hear it from all this stuff. But it's not like me and you really witnessed it. We go back and we watch it and we're like, oh yeah, that was incredible. But we lived the Cena era. We lived the Cena heel moment and the moment that really shattered us. Regardless whether the after result was garbage, which it was absolute garbage. If it was, that's fine. But we lived that moment with Cena when he turned heel. It was unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? It was honestly predictable. We saw it coming, and it was still unbelievable to us. I texted you that day. I was like, holy shit.
Hey, you know what though? Yeah. At the end of the day, he got 18 because of it. And if that was the only way they were willing to 17. Give it to him, 17. I'm sorry, 17. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was the only way, because you can still get 18, Cena. I'm here for it.
And I hope
if that was the only way they were going to let him beat Ric Flair, was that he had to be dirty, then I'm okay with it.
Then let it be. You know what I mean? Let it be. We lived it. We lived it, and we'll be able to tell our tale of it. Like, holy crap. The on-scene 17 was incredible. So when they ask us, oh, what happened after that? Don't worry about what happened after that. The on-scene 17 was incredible. So for people saying that John Cena's heel turn was a waste of time and it was pointless and all this, yes, it was. It was 100% a waste of time and pointless, but we needed it. We needed that history mark for us. And I wouldn't take it back.
And we needed the realization that John Cena couldn't play a heel.
He could.
I agree with you.
I just don't think we were going to let him. It's too late. 2010 John against CM Punk would have worked. But, you know what I'm saying? 2013 John against CM Punk would have worked. 2018 John, right before COVID, would have worked. But retirement year John Cena was never going to work. We were never going to boo this man. We love this man at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Remember, I got a new segment I want to bring onto the show. We're going to bring it on weekly just for, discussions. I'm going to swap from promotions. Tonight it's going to be a WWE promotion, but, I'm going to go AEW. I'm going to go TNA. I might even throw New Japan in there. But the name of the segment is Who Wins a Main Title First? And I'm talking either World Heavyweight or WWE. The two names we will be discussing is LA Knight or Sami Zayn.
If I had to put my money on it, I'd take LA Knight. Yeah, for the World Heavyweight Championship before I take Sami Zayn for win any kind of championship. They clearly have told me that Sami Zayn is a mid-carder.
Because
Triple
they put the
H,
United States Championship on him?
Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, Abyss, whoever's in charge in the backstage at this point has told me Sami Zayn is a bona fide star mid-carder. He is a top dog mid-carder who could run for the world championship, but he'll never win it. You know what I mean? He's not Kevin Owens. He's never going to get the title. It sucks. I think Sammy's an incredible talent. He is wrestling-wise one of the best, lace his boots. Kevin Owens said it on his Twitter today. One of the best to put on a pair of boots. That's cool. But I kind of agree with WWE at this point. He is a mid-carder. He is United States Intercontinental Champion. If we need someone to lose to the world champion or WWE champion, Sami Zayn is the guy. He's the underdog. But I think they will give it to LA Knight. Yeah. Before they give it to Sami Zayn. For one reason early, and that's merch. Merch sells.
So Brendan the guy, I'm gonna comment here. Brendan the guy says Sammy. And he says Sammy will be world champion after he wins the Rumble. So look, I think Sami Zayn too. And I'm not taking anything away from LA Knight, but Sami Zayn is definitely somebody who has overpaid his dues when it comes to the WWE. I understand LA Knight is more over with the fans, but let's not lie. Sami Zayn is over. He got the pop at Mania against Karrion Kross, which is, I guess you can say, not saying much, but still was saying much at something at the time because WWE fans wanted Karrion Kross. Something that Sammy has that LA Knight doesn't have is that Sammy has the underdog badge. And we love a good underdog story. We love to watch somebody come up. We love to watch first time evers. And I think if you could tell a story where, and I'm just rambling about Kevin Owens being world champion and telling Sammy, you're never going to be here because, you're not better than me. They never trusted you. You'll never do this. And we get Sammy and KO for the world title, and it's match 100 because he knows how many times they've wrestled each other already. But I think that's a great story. I think Sami Zayn winning the World Heavyweight Championship or even the WWE Championship will have more happy tears than LA Knight winning a world title first.
Kind of a contradiction to everything you just said. Because I agree with what you said. I think Sami Zayn is a Kofi Kingston story, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Me and you, for example, when Kofi won the title, we were ecstatic. He deserves that. That was the first thing me and you were pretty much saying. He deserves it. We didn't know how bad it was going to be. His title run was pretty bad, but whatever. He deserved it. I think Sami Zayn is a great name for international crowds. I think he pops the crowd in Canada. I think he pops the crowd in France. I think he pops the crowd in Sydney, Australia. I think he pops the crowd in Riyadh. I think he pops the crowd in Germany. But LA Knight pops the crowd where Sammy doesn't, and that's take it with a pinch of salt. That's the United States soil. But you know where LA Knight also pops the crowd? in Germany, in Sydney, Australia, in Riyadh, and any place that they travel to, France. I think LA Knight is not a better wrestler. I think he's a bigger star. He's more popular. He's more over with the fans than Sami Zayn is. Worldwide. Not international, worldwide. And I think that's why he will get a title shot. Or not title shot, but a world title before Sami Zayn.
I think Sami Zayn is a worldwide star. I think Sami Zayn can do all the things that you don't think he can do. I think he could get the pop in American soil. I do agree with you where he definitely is the better wrestler. He might not be the better promo.
He's one of the best wrestlers to lace a pair of boots. You know what I'm saying?
And obviously he's not as over as LA Knight, but hasn't the Jey Uso effect shown us that just because you're over doesn't mean you deserve a title?
No, the same thing WWE Unreal has taught me was that Jey Uso sucks as a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? You watch those Unreal episodes, bro. I feel like episode 2. Hey, bro, episode 2 through 4. At least once somebody said Jey Uso sucks, and I was like, Jesus, Triple H was really vouching for this guy here.
Brandon the guy says the World Championship will do what the Universal Championship was supposed to do. Can give them the top prize of the WWE Championship, not because they don't deserve it, because we got to see.
I agree, and that's why I think LA Knight is your next World Heavyweight Champion.
Okay, we'll have to see.
Sami Zayn.
Let us know what you think in the chat. Who do you think will win a main title first, LA Knight or Sami Zayn? What you think about the new segment? You think we should stick with it? I think we're going to stick with it.
Yeah, stick with it. I'm sure me and Chano will eventually start arguing over who could be champion and who could not.
Because eventually it's going to be like Mr. Iguana versus Akira Tozawa. Who wins the main title first? You know what WWE sucks now, man? We don't have any spoilers are spoiled. You know what I mean? You can't even get a spoiler no more. You know what I mean? I think everybody's seen it all over across all the social media. Rumor has it that AJ Lee is supposed to be returning Friday night on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
If she does, are we popping? Do we want to see AJ Lee back in the ring? Do we think she could still wrestle? What are your thoughts on all of this?
One, I know she can still wrestle. That there's something about AJ Lee. If anything, she's more ripped now. I know you've seen her in Heels. Incredible work, by the way. Great show. Watch 1 and season 2 on Netflix so we can get to season 3. WWE spoiled their own return, and I think they did it on purpose. It's one of those things where, remember when Penta was coming to WWE and they were like, it's the worst kept secret, but we all knew it was happening, but we all tuned in just to see if it was real? That's AJ Lee tomorrow night on SmackDown. You know what I mean? I'm going to be at work looking at my Twitter waiting for those AJ Lee results because I know she's coming. And that's cool. How long does she stay? That's what we all want to know. Is it a one match? Is it just for WrestlePalooza? She wrestles with her husband. They have a cool little gender match against Seth and Becky. They win or whatever. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Who gives a damn about these gender? There's no title on the line. Who cares?
Well, the titles are on the line.
Is she staying along to fight Becky for her Intercontinental Championship? Is she staying along to show the world I can keep up with the new girls? Is she staying along to text with Roxanne, who calls her mom on Twitter? You know what I mean? I'm only excited for AJ Lee if she's staying around after WrestlePalooza. If it's a one-off, this is cool. It's great. But I don't care. It's a one-off. But if she opens the show, after WrestlePalooza on Monday Night Raw and says, well, me and my husband Pepsi Phil beat, cross-dresser Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. And I think I should be Intercontinental Champion, a belt that wasn't around when I had the opportunities. I think then I care. Because holy crap, they're starting this new thing where, we have these Grand Slam men champions. Now we introduce these new titles. Who are these Grand Slam women champions coming in? You know what I mean? And that's what I want to care about. I want AJ Lee to stick around, at least to Mania. Otherwise, I don't care. She did a one-off. Cool. People do one-offs all the time.
I agree with you in a sense. I am interested in seeing what she is going to do when she comes back. It definitely makes sense that her and CM Punk will be going up against Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch in a mixed tag team match, where who knows, the titles could be on the line, right? But you got to, but in a sense, you're right. We know the titles won't be, because you got to give AJ Lee and CM Punk a moment to go over on that couple. After that, what is the story? Are we going to go AJ Lee, Becky Lynch for the title? Or is Bayley going to be like, well, why does she get a title match? Who is she? So there's so much you can add and throw into this. But at the end of the day, you're right. We don't want you back if you're not going to stick around. If you're going to do the one-off, cool, but don't do the one-off and then act like you're going to be. We don't need another Rock.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need you to be doing storylines and then you're just out. And then nothing makes sense in this world. So I agree with you in a sense there.
And it's not like if you do a one-off and like they do this thing where she does an injury angle, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's still fine. She's coming back. But just don't do a one-off and then like after WrestlePalooza on Monday night, it's like Becky talks her shit and nothing ever happens.
Then do you think
that?
I don't want to see her get hurt. I don't want to see you come back and then get hurt. I don't know. It's gonna be weird. I would like for her to come back. She would have to do a lot to be a Grand Slam champion, but it would be cool to see her, go one-on-one with Charlotte, go one-on-one with Bayley, go one-on-one with all these women,
with Roxanne, who was her, mentor.
It would be cool to have her and Natalya be like, I started this revolution. You know what I mean? And have them go at it. And I need to see if AJ Lee can still work.
I'm gonna go ahead and address the elephant in the room. It'd be cool to see her come back with Paige. And we were really I don't know, man. I think her and Paige coming back together and being like, we were the real start of the revolution, and they don't get credit. Because let's be honest, they don't get credit for it.
Listen, as great as
she's a free agent.
As great as Paige was, she did amazing things early on in her career that no other woman could probably say they've ever done. She was an incredible talent in and out of the ring. She was a superstar. But my guy, that neck is no good. I hate to say it. She could go ahead and hang him up. She is a legend. She will be a Hall of Famer. And she has nothing to regret or even be embarrassed about in her career, because it was a tremendous one. But that neck is fucked.
Hey, bro. You ain't gonna talk shit about necks like you in the New Day talking about Big E, all right? She can come back. All right, she can come back. She did AEW. She did. Look, I'll be honest. People shit on her all the time. I think she did good work in AEW for the little time that she was there.
She did. She didn't need to be champion, but she did.
Yes, she didn't need to be champion. But I get why she was. Also, it's just one of those things where if she went back to WWE to finish her career, 3, 4, 5 top matches, I'm all for it. Nikki Bella's back. You know what I mean?
Good for her.
You know what I mean? I rolled my eyes at people who don't watch the video thing. You know what I mean? But but yeah,
we'll see. Tune in Friday night and see if AJ Lee is really returning. If she does, You know, you heard it from your boys, or you probably read it on X or whatever social media platform you use. Let's move on. Let's talk some AEW, my guy, because there's a lot of AEW stuff going on since we've been away too, right? Death Riders lose all their straps.
Yes. Before we go on to AEW, I really need to use the bathroom. 1 second.
Go ahead. I'm just gonna.
I thought you was gonna play an ad. That's my fault.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
What's up, my fellow bad guys? Just when you thought we were down bad, Brandy's here to pick us right back up. Thanks to our partnership with SeatGeek, we got good seats and great prices. New users can score a fantastic $20 off their final ticket purchase by using the exclusive promo code 4SIDESOTR at checkout for any event. That's 4SIDESOTR. Tell them the bad guy sent you.
Bad guy.
Tell them the bad guy sent you.
And we're back. All right. AEW. Death Riders finally lost all their titles. Jon Moxley, the tag team titles, everything is gone. The only one that has a title now is Marina Shafir because she has the title of wife from Roderick. No, she has the title of wife from Roderick Strong, you know. So she's got that.
Which, you know, they never play on TV, which I think they should.
I think it's more of a.
I think they should.
Okay, fair enough. Let's continue. They lose all their straps. Is the Death Riders dead?
No, they're not dead, man. Honestly, I kind of like them without the titles. I kind of like them trying to recruit Chris Statlander. I like the Darby Allin straight up like, I didn't give a damn about the title. I'm straight up trying to kill Jon Moxley. And he's putting people on body bags. The Death Riders were good for AEW, whether people see it or not.
I like the focus that they've been giving Claudio too, making Claudio look strong, and I think
Tony loves that guy.
Yeah, Claudio's amazing. You said his name. Darby Allin is back after climbing Mount Everest. Yes, he did that. He put the AEW flag up there and everything. He's back. He helped Hangman Adam Page win a title.
Hey, real quick, is that littering?
Right? No, it's not.
Come on, bro. You put that flag up on top of Mount Everest. That's a sacred ground,
like
bro. That's crystal clear water, bro.
You climb Mount Everest. It's like, I did it. So when people come up here, they know who did it. Now, whoever's not a wrestling fan,
AEW flag on.
Like, Tony Khan must have climbed Mount Everest. Darby Allin is back. He says his mind wasn't on the world title. I don't think that was a smart call. I don't know why, because that's somebody who might be on our new segment. Who wins the main title first? Darby Allin, or I don't know, Jack Perry. But I just feel like Darby Allin needs to be in the main title picture. I get it. Hangman Adam Page is your babyface right now, and you need another heel to go up against him, and that's what MJF is doing here, or trying to do. We'll talk about that. Are you hyped that Darby Allin is back? Are you hyped that his focus is not the world title?
Yes and yes. I like Darby Allin a lot. I liked him since the creation of AEW. I think he's, besides MJF, he's one of the only pillars that actually deliver in their role of putting a backbone for AEW. I think it makes sense. Darby has never been a title guy. He's never really, he was TNT champion. He didn't really care for that shit. He's not there to be champion. He's there to wrestle. He's there to cause havoc. And Jon Moxley and kayfabe took him out so he can climb Mount Everest. But he came back and, he's doing everything he wants to do, which is awesome. I think Darby personally is, and we talk about the superstars that all the time. So he's one of those superstars that don't ever need to be world champion. And I think Darby falls into that category.
So LA Knight.
No, LA Knight needs to be world champion. Put the belt on LA Knight.
All
seven.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying about Darby, but I think Darby I think Darby will finally get his moment and become world champion one day. And obviously we're going to be here to cover that and talk about that when that day comes. Ospreay and Swerve, apparently they've been wrestling hurt. Now they're out for a little bit of time too. So hopefully they recover fast and recover well to 100%, because that's losing two big stars right there. Which means AEW locker room, those guys in catering. Yeah, time to step up. You want some TV time? Two big guys who take 30 minutes apiece.
Step up.
There's an hour fill in now. Time to step up. Time to show them, hey, I can do this. I want to do it. Let's do it for real.
Can I tell you who stepped up that I think is world champion material? Who absolutely stepped up?
Who's that?
Brody King.
Oh yes.
I know he's tag champions right now, but I generally think that if they were to throw the world title on him, the company would be fine.
I'd agree with that. 100%. What else we got? We got AEW and HBO Max doing something real big, right?
Yeah.
If you are an HBO Max subscriber, you're getting a discounted pay-per-views. So that's $49.99 in the US, and I think all Max subscribers which is a plus because you're not spending $80 now for the pay-per-view. So, what? You could take my word on it. They're worth it. You get your money's worth. You're getting 3 or 4 hours of wrestling, great matches, AEW pay-per-views, 100% worth it.
100%. And I don't know if you saw this, but pretty much Max was saying, once you buy the pay-per-view, it's not a 24-hour time period. It's pretty much you have it. Even when it becomes free for everybody else, you still have it. And I think that's cool. Because you rent off Amazon or something, it's a 24-hour, or we rent boxing pay-per-views all the time, and it's after the next showing, you can't watch it no more.
Yeah.
But I think $40 and I always have it, that's cool.
It's pretty cool. Especially if you go to if you're going to them live, and then you can rewatch it. Yeah, I was right there, sitting right there. Let's talk about the world champion Hangman Adam Page. How long do you think Hangman Adam Page should be world champion?
6 months.
Who should he lose it to?
MJF.
Oh, I knew you was going to say that. I knew you was going to say that.
I think there's something where Hangman is so loved. I'm a big Hangman fan. You're a big Hangman fan. We talk about it all the time. He's great. He's one of the best wrestlers AEW has on the roster, hands down. But I don't want fans to turn on him like they did on his first run, because they turned on him. I think he should lose it in 6 months to the biggest heel of the company, which is MJF, who then can be a transitional champion within 2 months to someone like Darby Allin, a Brody King, and you make a new babyface out of it, a Jay White. There's a lot of options here. Also, it's MJF. He's one of the best to do it. He's the face of the company, low key. Or is that high key at this point? I don't know. But
I think the face of the company
MJF.
is Okada.
To me, it is.
I like the 6 months. MJF, I see what you're saying. I just want to go back to your comment on people turned on him on his first run, and I truly feel like this. I feel like the only reason why people turned on him was because we thought CM Punk having the AEW World Championship was going to be the greatest thing on earth, and we got what we got, and now CM Punk's on the other side.
we got 3 times.
We got what we got 3 times, and now CM Punk is, with the rival company, and I think that's why people turn on Hangman so fast, because people were just like, oh yeah, it's cool that you have it, but CM Punk's back, and we want to know what he's going to do as world champion. We want to see the things he's going to say as world champion. So please put the title on CM Punk. And he was forced to do that, and he still wanted some business for himself, regardless of what anybody says. And really defended his best friends. And and like you said, we got what we got 3 times. And it is what it is. MJF is probably arguably the biggest heel on AEW, but you know who I would like to see win the title because I think it'd be great for television and because of where they're
Can I
going
take
with it
actual
right
guess
now.
here?
Go ahead.
Can I take an actual guess?
Yeah.
Takeshita.
I would love for Takeshita to be world
Yeah,
champion.
no,
I would love for Takeshita to be world champion, but he's not. It's
I
weird to say
think-
that
I think-
he's not ready yet.
he's for Okada though. I think.
Yeah. I think that's
for
for Okada. I was gonna say Ricochet. I think Ricochet sliding in and
Oh,
getting
dude,
the title.
I would fucking crack up.
I think it would be perfect. Him just laughing with the title. Yeah, just take and just dipping out. I think it'd be great. I think it would be really good television. I think it would piss off Hangman some more. And it kind of lines up with this
I
MJF
agree with you.
storyline too. So
I agree with you for the reason that Ricochet should have been world champion at least once in the other company. And I say world champion as NXT as well because he did not hold that title. I think he's on the fabulous run of his career. And I think you're right. I think if it's not MJF, the second best heel in the company is Ricochet.
yeah,
You know, so I wouldn't be upset with it.
let's see where it goes. Do you see TK said the casino contracts now aren't going to be cashing at random? It's going to be like I guess
You got to cash in a week ahead.
a week ahead.
So a week ahead. So you can cash in.
I don't
the
like
next
that.
week.
I don't like that at all.
I do.
Really?
I do. I think it separates it from the Money in the Bank. We're no longer going to be
see
like, this is
that.
knock off Money in the Bank. I also think it gets me excited for cable TV. Like, yes, we know with the Money in the Bank, they can cash in any moment. I'm watching TV all the time. But if, for example, Hangman Page was to get jumped by the gates of agony and Ricochet, and then MJF was come out and be like, oh, I hope your arm's okay. Next week, I'm cashing in. I'm watching next week's show.
Got you. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? So I think
see what you're
as
saying.
far as viewership goes, as long as they never use it for pay-per-views, the way they did like Athena, you know, and I think it works.
I feel like it only works though if you do the element of surprise and titles actually change hands. Because if titles never change hands, then people are not going to tune in as much.
Also, I think it takes the aspect of babyfaces doing it. So babyfaces using Money in the Bank cashing at random times is weird, right? Because that's a heel thing to do.
Yeah.
But a babyface coming out and be like, next week I'm fighting you, guaranteed. It's kind of like that's babyface. No, that's babyface thing to do.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that 100%. I see that 100%. Okay, maybe I do like the idea of it then. Maybe I was just thinking about it too much. Maybe I just like the Money in the Bank cash in, and I want everybody to do it.
I love Money in the Bank, so you know I get it. I get it. You know what I mean?
But you can't really call it money. Like what else? What like that's the best name for that type of stipulation.
The Casino Gauntlet is cool. You know,
right? But he's cashing in his Casino Gauntlet. Nah.
Right. That makes sense if he's cashing out a week ahead. My Casino Gauntlet contract says I can fight you on Collision next week. Bro, that'd be some savage shit if someone cashed in for Collision.
It would have to be the main event though, right?
Oh, 100%.
I feel like the only way you make it it has to be a main event. There has to be a stipulation. It's got to be like a cage match. It's got to be. Oh, you know what? You could do it for like a blood and guts type thing too.
See, like I wouldn't mind it. And MJF is the perfect person to test the waters with. You know, he still has his technically, so let's see how he cashes in.
That's very true.
And does this shit, because I personally think that MJF is our next world champion. I think with that contract, though. Or Diamond Ring, because God knows he's never going to lose that stipulation either. It's been 5 years, AEW.
There we go. We got another new segment. Dave Ram, put in another new segment on the show.
Hit me.
The name of this segment is the apron smoother on the other side? I'm going to give us a wrestler to discuss, and it's going to be a wrestler that joined from AEW to WWE, WWE to AEW, TNA to wherever. And we're going to give them some time, watch their careers, and we're going to discuss, was the apron better on the other side? For this very first one, we're going to talk about Rey Fénix. Was the apron smoother on the other side from Rey Fénix from when he went to AEW to WWE?
God, no. For Rey Fénix specifically, no.
We're talking about Rey Fénix, not Penta. Because that's another conversation.
That's the thing. He never got the Penta treatment. He didn't get the Ricky Starks treatment. He didn't get the Mariah May treatment. He didn't get the Lexis King treatment at that. Yeah, dude skipped NXT. That's cool. You did nothing with him. You threw him in a tag team with Andrade. You know what that tells me? You don't give a fuck about him. Because I as much as I love Andrade, and you know this, Andrade is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I love Andrade. They don't give a damn about him. So they threw him in a random-ass tag team with Rey Fénix. Why? Because they don't want to ruin Penta's momentum as a solo star. You don't care about the Lucha Brothers. Rey Fénix was better off in AEW. And you know why I say that? Because how many solo titles did Penta win in AEW, Marcus? Can you answer that? Because the answer is zero. Medal. Okay? Okay. How many solo titles did Rey Fénix win? 1. But it's still 1 more than his brother. Okay? They gave Rey Fénix a lot of opportunities in AEW to shine. And he shined. Rey Fénix is a fabulous luchador. He's incredible. He can do incredible things. I think he's better than Penta. Personally, in the ring, I really do. I stand 10 toes down on that. But WWE doesn't give a damn about him. They signed him because they want to make his brother happy. And that's all it is. Because he didn't get the special treatment as everybody else. There's people on NXT who got better treatment and more showcase than Rey Fénix right now.
You know, in a way, I agree with you. Because we if you really go back, look at Rey Fénix AEW, right? Wrestling guys like Jon Moxley, Darby Allin, Jack Perry at the time, in a trios tag with Pac and his brother, being trios champions, wrestling some of the greatest trios, wrestling some of the greatest tag teams,
international champion,
really good things, right? Being able to go back to Mexico, your home country, travel the world still, and wrestle at top-notch levels and top-notch promotions against top-notch stars. Then you go to a top-notch company, and I'm not knocking AEW because I think AEW is a top-notch wrestling company too. But you go to where everybody wants to go, the cream of the crop, right? WWE. That's where everybody wants to be, right? The big leagues, so-called. You go there, I'm happy for you because you made it. I know this was a dream for you and your brother. Let's get to work. Let's see some cool things. They tried, adding more and more to him. And then, like you said, they stuck him in a tag team. His solo matches were putting him, and no disrespect, because Jimmy's my guy. But Jimmy doesn't need to be in the same ring as Rey Fénix. You know, you're in a sense going from wrestling some of the best guys in ring to now you're wrestling some guys who can do some super kicks, and now you're tag teaming with who is an incredible in-ring wrestler. You know, and it's just like now the tag team's not working, but like you said, it's because you don't know what to do with them. But there's no reason why Rey Fénix is not a solo star on your roster, on your show.
100%. Why are you not selling Rey Fénix masks? You know, we made a big deal about the Rey Fénix. The Penta mask going up for WWE.com and going on sale. We didn't do that for Dragon Lee. We didn't do that for Rey Fénix. We didn't. So it's so hypocritical that we think like, oh, Rey Fénix should be so happy he's on SmackDown. Yeah, that's cool. What is he doing? You know what I mean? Like, look at what he's doing. Him and Andrade, they're not even going to win the tag titles together. You know what I mean? Like, they're not anything special. And, like, that bothers me because these are two solo high-class mid-carders. I'm not going to even say main eventers. They're high-class mid-carders. You know what I mean?
And what are we doing with them?
Sit there and we look at, right, what are we doing with them? Because I look at there and say, well, shit, Penta is over here fighting a New Day by himself. He didn't even ask for his brother yet. He didn't even say he has a brother. I haven't mentioned the fact that they're brothers. You know what I mean?
I also look at it like, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I also look at it like, you could have thrown the United States Championship on Rey Fénix. You didn't have to throw it on Sami Zayn. You could have thrown it on Andrade. You could have thrown it on Carmelo Hayes.
Right.
Let's build those guys. You didn't have to throw it on Sami Zayn. I only say that because Sami Zayn deserves to be in the world title picture. But back to Rey Fénix. He's back. It's just like WWE made him take a few steps back, then taking a few steps forward like they did with Penta. You know, let's prove to go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think, and me and you know, we talked about this years ago. There was before AEW happened in 2019, Rey Fénix and Penta's contracts were up from TNA, and Vince McMahon apparently made an offer for Penta. You know, we have all these plans for you, but we don't have plans for Rey Fénix. And Penta refused because he wanted to be in the same company as his brother. Therefore, saying that he went to AEW. That's the story, right?
Right.
I think because Penta's contract expired first, because Rey got all that added time, they told him, well, we're going to hire your brother, no worries. And then when that time came, they said, oh, yeah, but he's on SmackDown. What are you going to do with him? Oh, he's gonna fight Jimmy Uso. You know, like Jey Uso, but his brother. Because you guys, yeah, his brother. And we're going to be cool with it, right? And I think Penta is so caught up on the star treatment that he's getting because Penta's being presented as a star, as he should be. Penta is a star. He is a luchador legend. He's a star. But for somebody who was more focused on the Lucha Brothers more than Penta's career, he kind of lost way of what he was focused on. So now we have a tag team with Andrade and Rey Fénix. And you know what that really does to Rey Fénix? It takes him off AAA shows. Why? Because Andrade can't be on AAA. You know, it's kind of like, you know, this shit sucks. You know, and you only put them together because they're Mexicans. Let's be honest. And they got history together. But those are two guys just being wasted at the moment.
Agreed.
And I hate it.
Agreed. Let's take a small break. We'll be right back.
Dive into a world where every pinfall, every suplex, and every promo is celebrated in fashion. From the legendary 3-count trivia to the iconic bad guy wrestling, we've got the latest gear to elevate your wrestling wardrobe. Show off your passion for the squared circle. It's not just clothing, it's a lifestyle. Come shop with us and unleash your inner champion at foursidesofthering.com. That's foursidesofthering.com.
foursidesofthering.com. Cop all our latest merch. You already know what it is. We did SeatGeek earlier, so we did the shop. But, Nate Ram, I do have a Move the Needle for you, sir. And our Move the Needle this week is, since the break, has WWE or AEW moved the needle for you?
Oh, people are gonna hate this because I can already hear the guys in the chat. Why is such an AEW mark? AEW's moved the needle. They moved the needle since Hangman's won the title. The stories have been incredible. The matches have been fantastic. I'm a little worried without 3 of the top dogs. You know, rumors Kenny's getting rid off TV too, which God, I hope he's okay. He just beat death. So, but between Mercedes Moné, Tony Storm, you know, the Hearst Syndicate losing, they just lost to Brodito, which I'm a big Brodito fan. There's so much going on at AEW where I generally love the fact that I can watch it when I need to watch it, because my new work schedule. But WWE has been kind of stale. I've been watching a lot of Raw. I've been watching a lot of SmackDown. I have been missing NXT, and I heard NXT's been decent because of the TNA mix up with Mike Santana and all this other stuff. I heard the Joe Hendry stuff. I don't know if you've been watching. I've watched a lot of clips. The Joe Hendry stuff has been hilarious. They really jumped into the say his name stuff. Kind of hate that I'm missing NXT for that, but WWE's been, from what I watched 3 weeks of Raw, and it's been the same consistent thing. It's Seth's group gets involved, DQ finish, Seth's not in the stadium. Oh my God, Seth Rollins is here. You know, it's kind of boring. We got the CM Punk stuff happening. We got the AJ Lee stuff happening. That's cool. We already talked about that. I think AEW is pushing their stories forward, where WWE is kind of like, we're trying to make this stretch longer than we need to, so we're holding it still. So I think AEW is moving the needle and WWE is being consistent.
Okay. You know, since our break, I've been doing a lot. Bought the house, moving in and stuff like that, the baby shower, and just preparing for the baby. Keeping up with wrestling as much as I can because work is busy. Everything is busy in this world. Raw has been wash, rinse, repeat. You're absolutely right about that. I'll definitely give you that. NXT has been keeping me entertained for the time being. SmackDown has been wash, rinse, repeat as well, with no champion. AEW has been good. AEW has been good since they restarted their storylines, and keeping things interesting, keeping things fresh, bringing back Darby Allin. It has been exciting. I would say AEW television and wrestling right now, it's the best it's ever been within the last year. So
I agree.
that's and that's a lot to say because I think we were all saying this time last year, like, man, AEW is just nothing's going for them right now. Death Riders was just like still building up. We were still trying to figure out what John Moxley was talking about in this situation. We were trying to figure out.
I still think that storyline hasn't paid off, bro. I still think John Moxley saying this is not your company anymore. I think they had to do a whole pivot. I still don't know whose company is it, John.
That was The Rock. He was talking to The Rock.
I want your soul.
I think I got to go for AEW for me too. I think AEW has been moving the needle more for me when it comes to wrestling right now, and just since everything is fresh, everything seems new. I'm not sure if Paul Heyman's in faction, everything seems like it's still the bloodline. He treats Seth Rollins as he would treat Roman Reigns, and like nothing has really changed. So yeah, I think if Brandy, the Zombie King, and Chana were here today, they would say we're both AEW marks.
Yeah, for sure. They're gonna text us and be like, "You guys sound like some AEW Speedball Mike Bailey fans." Like, what does that even mean?
That was our Move the Needle. Let us know in the comments who moved the needle more for you. Was it WWE or AEW since we've been gone? Also, do you think the apron was smoother on the other side for Rey Fénix? We don't think so. My man should have stayed at AEW.
It's a bumpy apron.
Let's move on to some things that were happening outside of AEW and WWE, bro. We're going to discuss this a little bit. We're just going to give our thoughts and really just comprehend. We're not really comprehend. We understand what happened. Everything was wild. Raja Jackson was on live, on Kick, goes in the ring, body slams a wrestler by the name of Stu. Hurts him hard. Oh. The Dean of Hate You is
here.
I know that guy.
Hate You is in the building.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna hold you. I was like, I might not even make the show. I was losing hope in the time when he was leaving.
Now we've been rattling with some guys in the chat and just between us. We're talking about Raja Jackson and the crazy events that happened with him and Stu and everything that's been leaked and discussed and all the information we know. I was just talking to Nitram, man. How did you feel about when you saw that come to light? What was your initial reaction?
Nah, it's gross, man. I was talking about it with my boss, and my boss don't give two issues about wrestling. You know what I mean? He thought he thought it happened like in an MMA ring. I was like, no. I'm like, this happened at an indie show. Like, I'm like, he was like, there was no security. I'm like, you never been to an indie show or any kind of wrestling show, but I'm like, security is kind of bare thin as it is. You know, all the money is going to paying the wrestlers and the barricades just to hold the event. You know what I mean? Security there, they're not the real security. They're like the NXT security guards. You know what I mean? They're paid wrestlers, not trained for that. But allegedly, didn't Rampage say he cut his son off?
I stopped following it.
And a recent comment from Rampage Jackson was that Stu needs to make a statement pretty much saying that it was just a stunt gone wrong because him and his son have been harassed by racist people, and Rampage Jackson is saying 10 toes down that it was just a stunt gone wrong. And I think Rampage Jackson needs to stop commenting on the situation and let it die out if that's what your plan is, because it's not a stunt gone wrong. Your son beat the hell out of a man.
It's the difference between a stunt gone wrong and premeditated. He premeditated it. You know what I mean? If there wasn't video proof of him saying like, yo, I'm gonna fuck this dude up.
I'm gonna beat him up. I'm gonna beat him. I'm not gonna stop.
I'm gonna beat him up. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop. Like, they think it's a game. Nah, it's not a game. And then he proceeds to do it. It's premeditated. You know what I mean? Was the slam? The slam could have been a stunt gone wrong. You know what I mean? Because he looked kind of out of it after the slam. That could have been gone wrong.
Yeah, that was.
But the 21 punches to the head top is uncalled for, and that was premeditated. He had the ability to stop, and he chose not to. Somebody had to pull him off. It is not a stunt gone wrong. It is premeditated. That was. And what you have to understand is Stu can come out and be like, yeah, this was supposed to be a spot, but he rocked me 20 more times than he was supposed to. That's not going to do anything. Honestly, racist people are going to be racist for whatever. You didn't even need a reason, but you gave them a reason. You know what I mean? And should racist people exist? No, it's terrible. Terrible individuals, but you can't give people ammunition, especially that type of ammunition, and especially Roger Jackson. That man don't even seem sympathetic to the cause. He asked somebody, he was like, "That damn cameraman, man." Like, bro, what do you mean that damn cameraman, bro? Like, hey, bro, if you were still pissed off about that can spot, like, and you felt like you had animosity and you know you was gonna take it out of him, like, understand yourself. You're an MMA fighter. Like, you have trained hands to kill somebody. Stu is not a trained
fighter.
I don't know about UFC.
MMA.
UFC's. I don't know. Listen, I'm gonna give him.
I only bring that up because of TKO.
TKO. He's TKO fighter.
The reason why I bring that up is because TKO was in charge of the WID program, and Raja Jackson, being under TKO contract, was under a TKO indie show where all this happened, and now TKO is kind of like, we dropped everybody. Should they drop Raja Jackson?
Of course they should. It's bad publicity. You know what I mean? Listen, if Raja would have came, this whole situation would have been a little bit different. Don't get me wrong. There's still been outrage, but if he would have came out afterward and been like, listen, I fucked up. I was still upset over something that I wasn't over. I was slightly concussed. I shouldn't have really been performing. I wasn't in the right state of mind, and I apologize, dealing wholeheartedly to Stu and his family.
Whole situation would have been over.
And that it would have been over. They would have been like, yo, you're a piece of shit. But it would have been on the way fading to black, you know what I mean, on Stu's health. But the fact that he doubled down on it, there's video footage of him saying this dumb shit. And they're like, oh, this damn cameraman. Come on, bro. Like, you're a cornball. Like, respectfully, you're a cornball. Like, that man could have died in that ring, bro. For what? And then you still, bro, we still lucky the man is alive and breathing. It was minimal damage as it was. You know what I mean?
Was, right. As it was.
He was teeing off. Bro, he was teeing off, bro. He was uncut. If Stu even had his hands up to defend himself, this would be a different conversation. You know what I mean? He wasn't.
My man was knocked out after that slam.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He wasn't protecting his face at all. He wasn't protecting his head. And those little things make a huge difference. If Stu was conscious, protecting his head, That's so fucked up. But okay, he's able to defend himself and he's taking these blows, and then somebody breaks it up. No, bro, he was out. He was out of it from the jump. Was getting his head rocked. And listen, Rampage got to get his head out of his ass. Your son almost killed somebody. As a father, listen, I'm with you. I'll defend my son 10 toes down, and my son did some fucked up Grammy shit. I'll probably be spewing as much as you are right now. But at the same time, you got to teach your son, especially a grown man at that, accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are not going to be around his whole entire life to defend him and protect him from his own actions.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to learn some humility. And come to terms, I fucked up. Not the cameraman fucked up. Not the spot was fucked up. I'm not even blaming the head trainer who was spewing out the mouth. And now was violating everybody.
Yeah.
Your son has to learn how to take accountability, especially as a fighter. You know what I mean? Especially, like, I don't want to bring race into this, but especially as a colored man in America, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everything the minorities do in this country will be under a scrutiny and under a microscope. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what you do. You give people a reason to act out and call your name, it affects the rest of us. It doesn't just affect you. And this isn't a white versus black thing. Roger could have been a white man, and I still be feeling this way about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But it's just the fact that, like, Rampage, you can't really call, you gotta put a stop to these racist people. No, brother, you put yourself in the light in this position to be called out by everybody and not just racist people. Mm-hmm. You gotta take accountability, lay low for a little while, get your head clean, show that you're a better person first and foremost, because the way your son is handling this is absolutely disgusting. And let's move on.
That's what we're gonna do.
And I hope that head trainer never gets a job in wrestling ever again. Please never hire that man ever again. I don't care if it was a kayfabe or not. You should have been running out protecting your talent first and foremost.
Mm-hmm. Being caught on video of anybody going out there trying to stop it, he's like, if anybody goes out there and tries to stop it, I'm gonna stop them.
Yeah, that's just absolutely diabolical. I hope that man never gets a job, and if he does get a job, do not work at his promotion.
That's a fact.
I also hope the promoter takes responsibility. Rikishi,
Rikishi, like, bro, I wasn't even involved, bro.
He's been on a Rikishi tangent, bro. He's been on a Rikishi tangent.
Every day, Net Rams and Son chat about, bro. He got wrestling sense held, bro. He got wrestling sense held.
If y'all didn't know, Net Ram wakes up. Everybody's been asking about his new layout. The reason why everything is gone and the rack is gone, the mask is gone, is because he put a new punching bag up in the corner that you can't see. And he put Rikishi's face on it. And he wakes up every morning and gives it 10 punches in the face and then 10 punches in the body. And he says, "Fuck you, Rikishi," and then he goes to work. Bro, as a happy man.
Facts.
Bro, he got sent held, bro. He was going on for 45 minutes on Rikishi. I saw the post. I'm like, Nitram, Martin, my boy, you got sent held. He's like, fuck Rikishi. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Fellas, I don't know if you've been paying attention to what Natalya's been doing, and during her little indie run. I want to know if she's being wasted in WWE. Do you feel like they should just cut ties or not? Personally, I don't think so, because with that knowledge, you really want her around the locker room. You want her trading, this upcoming great woman and doing everything that she needs to do as a legend. But at the same time, if she's having banger matches, let's see them.
I mean, to be honest, I think they literally brought her back just for the training aspect and culture that she brings to that locker room. Because they clearly didn't bring her back to wrestling, because it's just clearly not wrestling.
That's 100%.
I saw her at when she did Triple Mania, and she was pretty cool. Listen, and I'm not a big fan of technical wrestling. I think that's well known here. And if you're new here, I do not like technical wrestling. It does not move me. I don't want to see somebody selling a hand injury. You know what I mean? It does not move me at all. Fucking grinds my gears, legs, and like when MJF sells the slams to bigger dudes, I fuck with that. Like, okay, like that's the aspect of like the technical shit. Like, yeah, but like selling like a big toe injury because they're doing a toe lock on you. You know what I mean? I only fuck with it. But overall, I am glad that she's able to find. I feel like wrestling is kind of like any other professional sport in a sense where it's Ricochet, prime example. Ricochet swears night and day that he's a happier person now in AEW because he gets to really do his craft. He felt restricted and limited, and now he's finally able to open up and do all these things. And there's other professional athletes, like if they put you in a position where you feel like you can't thrive, you become unhappy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably part of her contract. She decided to come back and help train these young women, that she'll be able to take these independent dates as well. And it's working for her. She's able to find her passion in wrestling again. And that's good for her, honestly.
Are you feeling that everything Natalya's being wasted?
I think she is. I think you can't tell me that you see what she's doing as Natty Neidhart on GCW and all these other independents, where she's having these banger matches that people are actually talking about. They're talking points. People are talking more about Natty Neidhart matches than they are talking about Natalya matches. And the short run that she's had, I think she hasn't been champion in 8 years. And I don't understand why, if something is working for GCW, if something is working for the indies and social media, why, when you bring her back, she's just Natalya.
You know
why are you not bringing back?
You know why, Martin. You know why, Martin. You know
bring
why.
In the Natty Neidhart.
But you know why But you know why they're not doing it. Deep down, deep inside your heart, you know why they're not doing it. Because WWE believes they're bigger than wrestling. Let's just keep it a buck. That's really what it is. Bro, it's not even a lie, bro. They swear they're bigger than wrestling. It's mad funny. I saw a post earlier, right? It was of Dijak, and somebody brought up his match against Keith Lee before he started NXT. And I was watching the clip. I was gonna send it to
Tuck rolling.
Yeah, bro. And I was watching the highlights. Bro, a banger match. Like Keith Lee looked incredible, bro. I was like, oh my god, this man might be the most athletic big man I've ever seen in my life. But then I realized I can't ever utter those words to NetRam and admit that he's right about anything. So I just didn't send it to the group chat. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you have an incredible match, and the next day in NXT, your first day at work, like, yeah, we're gonna have practice hip tosses. And like same thing about Swerve. When Swerve was on Live 205 Live, it was like, yo, I had a great match with Pac. I think it was Pac at the time. And then he was like, yeah, the next day in NXT, they had me practicing like wrist locks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's nuts. So like low key, I think WWE thinks they're bigger than wrestling, and I'm not gonna hold you, since WWE is family friendly. You know what I mean? Like if you change, like to these young kids, they probably think Natalya is not shit. You know what I mean? She's probably just
another old lady,
just another old lady from another famous family.
Bella.
You know what I mean? What does Cody say? There's more than one royal family. You know what I mean? And that's the Hearts. You know what I mean? This fucking long line of family and shit. And they think she's just a jobber, bro. So if you was to bring this hardcore version of Natalya, they'd be like, who is this lady? Like they don't understand wrestling lore. But when they're 16 and really deep in the mud, and they finally become AEW fans because they like good matches,
they're gonna be like NetRam and be like, why did Natalya go on a eight run streak with no belt? That's crazy.
Bro, it was honestly nuts, man. And it's, as a wrestling fan in general, I appreciate both companies. I like what both companies bring. But if I'm getting out of work, right, like a day like today, and I want to watch something unwind, and I want to watch a genuine good match, I'm putting on AEW, man. I'm gonna keep it a bug. I want to watch some shit that's gonna take my mind off the bullshit and just like, oh my god, this is incredible. I'm not gonna lie, I watched WWE for 2 reasons: Dominic Mysterio and the Bloodline. That's it. If Dom's on TV, I'm watching. If not,
in your occasional mystery iguana, don't lie.
The novelty wore off of me.
Okay.
You know what it is? It's cool. It's cool, but it's like, it's a gimmick that will get on. Bro, no, and that's cool as fuck, right? Like, don't get me wrong, that's cool as fuck. But I feel like it's a novelty gimmick. I feel like if you see it once in a blue, like, oh my god, this is incredible. But if you see it on TV every single week, like, yo, fuck iguana and his iguana. You know what I mean? It's cool though. Don't get me wrong. It's dope. It's like Mini Man from AAA. If I was to see him on TV every week, I'd be sick. I'd be heated. You know what I mean?
It's Micro Man. It's Micro Man.
Mini Micro. My man's like,
wrestler. He's come a long way, Chano. All right, watch
He's
the
like 6 inches tall.
No, but I feel you though, because that's kind of how I feel about the Wyatts.
Yes,
It's like
yes,
it's a
bro.
gimmick.
No, you're right.
It's
You're right. No, 1,000%. You're right. It's hard, bro. It's hard to do supernatural and actual in-ring talent both at the same time. Like you literally have to be Bray. You know what I mean? To activate the Fiend on some supernatural like hee shit. But even then, he almost ruined a lot of careers. Because how do you bounce back from fighting a supernatural monster? Bro, you don't. At least with the Undertaker, like he was the American badass for a little while. And it was like, okay, this man got a little bit of death. Like Bray, when he was the Fiend, bro, he was a supernatural being. Man's teleported and shit. He made John Cena wear. Yeah, bro. He made John Cena wear an NWO shirt. You know what I mean? Man clearly has powers.
Match ever.
Yeah. Let's continue moving on, fellas. I'm not sure if you saw the Jake Hager CVV interview. Shout out to CVV and all his interviews. With that being said, everything that we're saying, do you guys feel like NDA should be more of a common practice in pro wrestling to avoid things like Jake Hager? So information isn't spilt out and lies can't be said, and
yes, bro.
Whatever,
I feel like
whatever NDAs also protect,
bro. Yes, 1,000%. Because wrestlers won. When wrestlers get released, they gotta stop yapping immediately. You know what I mean?
They get petty, bro. They
get so, bro. They get
petty, bro.
There's one group of there's like one half of the wrestling community that work for AEW that like Tony Khan is the fucking devil. I hate him and his family. He's just a billionaire's baby. And the other half is like, Tony Khan is the greatest human alive. Like he gave me his private jet to go see my grandmother on the weekend because she had a cough. Bro, you know what I mean? Bro, there's nothing ever in the middle, bro. It's either one or the other. It's nuts. So yeah, it's either NDA. It's disgusting. I'm sorry of seeing tank jobs in AEW. Listen, there's some things they can work on, sure. But just to be shitting on this man every goddamn chance these released wrestlers get, it's honestly ridiculous.
What about you, Darren? You think NDA should be more of a common practice?
Yes. And I hate to say yes because then like you lose documentaries and shit. You know what I mean? Like you lose the special interviews, you lose the appeal. But yes, NDAs for both companies, for all companies. You know, like shit. I know we joke about it plenty of times, but if PCO had NDA, we wouldn't know how much of a shit place TNA was at the time. You know what I mean? Like shit like that.
I would give PCO an NDA for life. I don't want to hear that man talk.
But also it gives an expiration date, right? Like all right, you have a 5-year NDA. You can't talk about AEW for 5 years. You can't talk about WWE for 5 years. And you know, they go to this next company. Look at Cody Rhodes right now. Cody Rhodes is like, oh, the Young Bucks lied in their book and then had to go back and retract that statement. But it's kind of like he pretty much has gone and said, I'm on an NDA. I can't really talk about my situation, right? And when I can, it'll be a little too late. So who knows how long his shit lasts. But I think it should be a common practice in wrestling. The same way adding injury time is a common practice. The same way, you know, keeping what do they call that when you lose your contract and they make you wait 90 days. That's a common practice.
The only thing I have an issue with is the injury time. The release time I got. The injury time is foul.
The injury time is a little foul because you're not expected to get injured. You know what I mean?
No.
And shit happens, but you shouldn't hold anybody for that.
Oh, you know, people think that, like, for example, Rey Fénix apparently has an NDA. We don't know if that's true or not because he can't talk about it. Even if he did, can't even say he has an NDA if he had an NDA. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Marcus spent good time talking to KJ Orso. He straight up said he didn't have any NDAs. You know, so it's one of those things where, like, I think it should be more practiced on because you look at this situation with Jake Hager, for example, and he's getting called out on social media for lying on CVV. And it's like, if you're lying on CVV, like, CVV is one of the most credible guys out there. Like, he's not out there to spread rumors or lies or whatever. He's out there to tell your story. But if your story is a fucking lie and you're getting called out for it, now he's getting kind of dragged into it as well.
Right.
You know who needed an
I'm
NDA?
not saying Jake Hager's a liar. but who needs
CM
know
Punk
who
needed it. CM Punk needed an NDA.
Punk, exact, bro. Punk needed to see him. He
Oh,
needed the
has
NDA,
one.
bro.
He has one. He definitely has one.
About some
definitely
things,
has
yeah. But I'm talking about the brawl and all in because I feel like that you should have buttoned that up
He has one.
nicely.
He can't talk about Brawl Out.
No, I'm talking about all in. Even though I would love to hear about Brawl Out. No, I'm talking about when he fought Jack Perry and choked his ass out.
That's what I'm saying. That's Brawl Out. They call that Brawl Out.
Even though it was all in?
Yeah, they call it
Wasn't
Brawl
that
Out.
Why would that be called Brawl Out if that happened to All Out and the Jack Perry thing happened to All In?
I don't make the rules, Chano.
Listen, as an AEW fan, I expect you to do better and handle your community.
Well,
but
speaking on,
he definitely has an NDA against Jack Perry. He has an NDA against the Bucks because he did some interview. I think it was Ariel Helwani, and he was like, "If I could talk about it, I would. If I could talk about it, I would. That. But what I will say is they're immature." Like, shut the fuck up.
I'm not gonna hold you. I like the Bucks a little bit more than I did in the past, but I like CM Punk way more. So if he says "fuck the Bucks," unfortunately, it's "fuck the Bucks." But I will stop. But I will stop at the Hangman slander because I do fuck with Hanger. Hangman is a beast.
We got one more before we move on to our main event. We got another head-to-head battle Saturday night. What WrestlePalooza is going up against AEW's
terrible.
Was it is it all out? Is it all out, right? All out, yeah.
All out Toronto.
Listen, I'm just gonna say this once, and anybody can take it for whatever they want. Okay, can't tell me Wrestle fucking Palooza and give me 5 matches because that's not a Palooza. Okay? I need a 24-hour event. That's a Palooza, okay? 12 hours. You know what I mean? Like, we need something crazy because we got to talk about what a Palooza is. You can't give me 4 matches in a segment because I'll be upset.
I'm not gonna hold you. If I had to watch 24 hours of modern day wrestling back to back to back, I'm probably putting a bullet in my head. I should. I should
2 nights for WrestleMania.
Yeah, but I get time away from it. I get at least like a solid 12 hours away from it to gather my thoughts. And even then, that's a hard watch. You know what I mean?
Okay. Can you imagine?
But first off,
can you imagine if it was 24 hours? And Mark's was like, "All right, Chano, you're scheduled from 1 to 8." And I'm gonna cover 9 to fucking. We all had shifts, just covering a 24-hour event.
It would be a Palooza. It would just be a live coverage.
Bro, the podcast would be cut short and removed from YouTube. Like, there was a rope and Chano's back and his back, and we see his feet swinging. What's going on?
Oh man, you guys.
I'm not gonna hold you.
TK also moved the time for All Out.
I hate it. I fucking hate it, Tony. If you're probably not listening to this, but put these fuckers out of their misery and stop dodging the goddamn smoke. I want to watch All Out. I really do, but I can't justify turning on wrestling at 3 p.m. and my son wants to go to a jumping place. That's a battle. Listen, Tony, I commandeered Sundays for football, right? All day. I can't do that on Saturday. I won't win. You understand me, Tony?
Hey, that's why Max subscribers get 50% off on the pay-per-view.
I won't win, Tony. I can't win that battle, Mr. Khan. Go head to head with them so I can watch your show.
But are you gonna watch it, or are you gonna watch WrestlePalooza?
I'll tell you what. I'm definitely not watching no WrestlePalooza. Nah, I'm lying. Nah. So the thing is, I haven't been crazy every week watching wrestling because, as you guys know, I've been working a shit ton of hours, but that low key comes to an end. So I'll probably start picking back up on my week to week stuff. But even then, man, wrestling, WWE is kind of not great right now. Oh, we got a bot. Nice. So, wrestling's not really in a great spot for WWE right now. I really enjoyed listen, this is how you know you made it as a podcast when you're getting bots. I'm enjoying the Dom AJ Styles thing. I really don't know what's happening in the women's division, honestly. I saw Becky join Seth. Then that kind of disturbed me. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm glad Brandy Savage is in here because I can say this proudly. Seth Rollins as a heel does not do anything for me. That man is better as a tweener. I just, whenever that man goes, I'm a bad guy, I'll be like, I can't take you seriously.
How dare you?
First
How
off,
dare
I'm
you
gonna
talk
say,
about Becky Lynch's hot husband?
listen, and I'm glad Becky's brother, she has a
yo.
husband. I'm glad she has a hot husband, or she feels like she has a hot husband. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking her. Says if you feel like you got lucky and you won at life, who am I to judge you? You know what I mean? But at the same time, Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins is not working for me.
I agree.
They do
I
not
agree with you.
complement. They don't complement each other in any sense of it. Because one, like Seth's not mysterious enough to need a spokesperson. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Heyman works as a mic when they have a mysterious person at the helm. Roman, mysterious aura. Lesnar, mysterious aura. Fucking, it worked with CM Punk because CM Punk was just kind of like, he wasn't really mysterious, but he was just super outspoken and just like wanting out. And like Heyman was
They
kind
were
of like the
also both
calm.
ECW.
Right.
Yeah, he was calm. You know what I mean? He was the calm to Punk's storm, so that worked.
Paul Heyman knew how to speak CM Punk's thoughts without disrespecting anybody.
Yes, exactly. But it's like for some reason, Seth and Heyman, they just
They just don't click, bro. They just don't click.
It's such an odd couple.
What about Heyman and Breaker?
It does.
Because that's what we're getting, right?
I hope so, because Breaker doesn't talk. He just barks. You know what I mean? And then Heyman speaks dog, and it just works out. Even with Bronson Reed, because you know what I mean. Bronson, like, here's the thing. I think the issue is Seth might be too good on the mic to have Paul Heyman as a manager. You know what I mean? Like, there's like, he doesn't really need a mic, like somebody to handle a mic for him. So Paul Heyman doesn't really elevate him in that sense. Becky and Seth as a faction together as himself, it makes sense. You know what I mean? She's a heel right now. He's a heel right now. Just, it makes sense. You have two people obsessed with each other going to a mixed tag match with CM Punk and AJ Lee. But what I hope comes away from that situation is I hope AJ Lee starts to help booking the women's division and make that better. You know what I mean? That'd be a great takeaway for that.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
That's kind of what me and Mark's talking about, that we hope that she sticks around long term. Otherwise, it's pointless.
Nah, to be honest, if you ever hear her talk about wrestling, she never really cares about the men's stuff. She's like, yeah, I'm glad Punk is doing a great job, but I'll be watching the women's shit. I'll be like, oh, okay. That's really just what she's into.
She ran her own, I don't know if you know this, but she ran her own women's promotion with Mickie James.
Yeah, the Women's of Wrestling, WOW.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope she's able to take that to the main roster. Yeah, literally, wow. I hope she's able to take that to the main roster and help them out, because they can use some touching up. You know what I mean? I kind of feel bad for Julia. They gave Sis a strap and did the same thing to her that they did to fucking all the other United States champions, women's United States champions, have them run around in circles until the people are tired of them.
Let's move on to our main event question. Main event question, fellas, is...
It looks like all the talking has been done. It's time for the main event.
With Chris Jericho becoming a free agent in December, what should the Ocho do before he retires?
Real quick, it's the Nueve.
Oh, you're right. The Nueve, I'm sorry. The Nueve.
He's two-time Ring of Honor champion. But I'm going to go ahead and jump in this. I think he should go to TNA. It's a WWE product. They can still put him in the Hall of Fame. I think he should be the first. No, hear me out. Chris Jericho's a lot of things, and I generally love the man to death. I think he's responsible for the best years of AEW. I think he's a great WWE legend. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I think he should be the first person ever to be WWE champion, Ring of Honor champion, AEW champion. It did the thing. It did the thing where I zoom in. And TNA champion.
I see your pores. Why is your face so clear? When you're going to drop your face routine? And now it's at your hairline. Why your hairline so crispy for? God damn.
I think I got a haircut today. Fade? I got a haircut today.
Is that a fade? Look at my man shining.
Hey,
I think he pulls history, and then he could also be the first person to be a TNA Hall of Famer, WWE Hall of Famer, and with Tony Khan teasing the AEW Hall of Fame, AEW Hall of Famer. I think Chris Jericho is that guy.
You know what I think? You know what I think Chris Jericho should do before he retires? Just retire. Just retire. I don't see that man in the ring no more. I'm realizing my love for Chris Jericho now that I don't see him on my TV. You know what I mean? It's great. I don't see him in the ring. I don't see his Dr. Miami 6-pack because it's not a real 6-pack. You know what I mean?
What?
I'm having a great time remembering about Chris Jericho fondly as a great wrestler. And not the bullshit he's made me watch these last 2-3 years because it's just nuts. And if Tyner was here, Tyner would curse me out, tell me Chris Jericho's a legend, deserves to be treated as such, and stop being so goddamn ageist.
He does. 100%.
And Tyner's right. 100% Tyner's right. But
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Living legend. But you know what legends got to do?
My man should retire, and you know what? I think he should retire, and I think he should take over creative at Ring of Honor and prove that he could possibly do it better than Shawn Michaels. And get Ring of Honor put on television, and and show the world your creative mind for wrestling. But I don't think Chris Jericho needs to be in a wrestling ring anymore.
It only works for Shawn because the women's division is booked so well. The men aren't booked that great.
That's very true. But I think Chris Jericho could do a better job with the roster at Ring of Honor.
I think Chris Jericho should win the Rumble. 2026 Royal Rumble.
Now you're saying
2026 Royal Rumble, won by Y2J as last attempt to be world champion. Cashes in on TNA champion Trick Williams.
Does your job drug test?
Not for marijuana.
Man, listen, you're gonna get a random drug test in the morning. Like, sorry, I need you to pee in this cup. Like, why? You said Chris Jericho should win the Royal Rumble, and that's just an automatic. That's an automatic drug test.
I mean, why shouldn't he?
With that being said, we're almost going on 2 hours, but we're back, everybody. We're excited to be back. Every Thursday, you already know what's up. 9:30, you can catch your guys. We added 2 new segments. Chana, before we get out, give everybody your thoughts on the 2 new segments. One of the new segments was, is the apron smoother on the other side? The discussion was on Rey Fénix. Do you think AEW Rey Fénix or WWE Rey Fénix is better?
I only saw bits and pieces of Rey Fénix's AEW run. I was there when he won the strap due to Moxley being severely concussed. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's solid. I feel like once he reunites with his brother, it'll be better for him. You know what I mean? But as an individual, H just doesn't know how to book lucha. In a general, it's just kind of mad funny for them buying AAA, and he doesn't know how to book lucha. You think that he would have a Conan up there with him, helping him how to book luchadors. It's a weird situation because Dragon Lee's nice as shit, but that man can't see a ring to save his life. The only luchador over is fucking the Grande Americano, and he's not even a real luchador. Ain't that some shit?
That's facts. The other new segment was who wins the main title first. In this regard, we were talking WWE, so WWE Championship or World Heavyweight Championship. Both contestants were LA Knight and Sami Zayn.
Jesus Christ. Probably LA Knight.
Yeah.
We're thinking alike.
It's hard because it's like the IWC discourse is so gross. You know what I mean? You would think that Sami Zayn can't wrestle to save his life. The way fucking Twitter be talking about Sami Zayn, and you would think LA Knight's the fucking reincarnation of Bret Hart. You know what I mean, man? It's gross. The IWC is a disgusting fucking place. But probably LA Knight. You know what I mean? Sammy's cool, but I don't think they truly see Sami as a world champion. And the reason I say that was because clearly LA Knight's in the main event picture. You know what I mean? He's doing main event things. They moved Sami to SmackDown and gave him the United States Championship immediately. So I think they got 2 different outlooks for them. I think LA Knight will kind of have like a Damian Priest kind of championship run.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 months and then drop the strap and then everybody's happy.
Okay. And to move the needle was during the break. We know you were working a lot, but during the break, was WWE moving your needle or was AEW moving your needle more?
AEW was on fire when we wasn't recording, which is really unfortunate. They had a lot of great shows.
Yeah, that's very true.
WWE is kind of like lackluster. I'm telling you, bro. Put the title on Dom.
I agree. With all that being said, fellas, get your plugs out.
So I figured out how to spell everything. Except, I'm lying. You follow us on 4SIDESOTR on Twitter. And I did forget my Instagram handle.
And of course, I'm the one that makes you say, "Oh, damn, I'm Nit Ram." And you can catch me on Twitter at NITRAM_4SOTR. That's NITRAM_4SOTR.
And I'm Marcus Hernandez. You can follow me at the Founder MH. But most importantly, follow us on all of our social media platforms. 4 Sides of the Ring Podcast on IG, 4 Sides OTR on X. We're on Blue Sky. We're on everything. If you're not following us, you should be. Hit the like, subscribe button on YouTube. Share with all of your wrestling fans. We're back, and we're excited. And y'all not ready for this, but I guess this is season 2 for us, right? Should we consider this season 2? We're not doing seasons.
I mean, I don't think we're really doing seasons.
I don't think we're doing seasons. We'll be back next week, everybody. And always remember, if you're not enjoying wrestling, you're just not watching it right. We'll catch you guys next week.